I am currently out on the Norwegian Sea, and I am testing the recommended starter set for the Norwegian Sea. So the first Pilk rod and conventional reel that you can buy very, very cheaply. In the last video about starting at the Norwegian Sea, I recommended this setup here to you, because with this setup, you can start really well here at the Norwegian Sea, and you can get your first percentages incredibly well with this setup, for example, at the different spots on land. Right now, I am out here with the setup on the 34 meter, and the 34 meter sandbank is of course always worth it, because we simply have the big advantage that we do not have to go so deep down until we are, for example, close to the bottom, and then near the bottom we can catch the fish that you can outsmart very quickly. So especially when you do not have any droppers yet, it is absolutely worth it to let the lure go all the way down, close to the bottom, and then go for the very easy fish there. Mainly, at the beginning, it is all about getting a good frequency. Right now, however, I'm doing things a bit differently, and that is because I'm already using droppers, and I am actually looking for the pollock. That's how it looks at the moment. Recently, I have repeatedly caught pollock here, and most of the time on the same lure. We will take a look at that in detail in a moment. What the attractants look like, and at which depth I'm currently fishing. Now I have already reached the bottom area again, and I go straight back up to around 20 meters height. And here I start pilking again. That means, ideally, you simply let the lures drop down to around 20 meters depth. And in that area, you start pilking. And if you have no bite in that area after pilking several times, well, then you simply reel a little. Then at some point, you might be at 15 meters, or you simply open the bail again and let the lures sink a little further and adjust the depth that way. Additionally, I am currently paying very close attention to where the saithe are biting, so I can of course see afterwards that he has bitten the pilker again on the jig master. But when I look, for example, at this big mackerel here, I only see that it bit on the shrimp. And because I currently have the exact same shrimps in use, only the attractants changed, I always need to check exactly where the fish bit. And that means at the moment when it arrives up here, I have to check again. So here in this area, he bit on the top. That means the very top is the combination. I think you can hardly see it. Wait, now you can see it. The combination with the yellow shrimp and the yellow attractants on it. Down here it is the yellow shrimp with green, and below that, the yellow shrimp with blue attractants. And accordingly, you always need to check again which one is currently worth it. At the moment, the combination yellow-yellow and yellow-blue is working best. So the complementary color seems to work quite well. And additionally, the blue attractants on the pilker itself are also working very well right now. And the combination even seems to work well for herring. I just saw in Discord that Big Cowie caught his trophy herring here. Also with the classic jig master with these additional attractants. So one of the top lures, which was also recommended in the video How to Start at the Norwegian Sea, is currently working extremely well. With that, or with such a setup, you can really get going here. And so far it was always like, whoops, immediately. So far it was always like this. I never had a fish so big that I had even the slightest problem with this starter setup. But secretly I am hoping a bit that I will get a really big fish and push this setup completely to its limit. That happens, of course, with the horse when the lures go all the way to the bottom. But we take those too very gladly because they also bring really good XP and really good silver. This one also bit on the shrimp. All right, good to know. So you can definitely let it sink even further. However, like I said, I mainly have the pollock in focus right now. And of course, if I get lucky, I'm also very happy to take a trophy herring. And they are usually in the area around 15 to 20 meters depth. And the huge advantage is, if you do not let the lure sink for too long, you are simply faster. So you do not have to reel forever until the fish is up again. And you also do not have to wait forever until the lure hits the bottom. So the faster you get new fish, the better and the more silver and XP you make. So he bit at the top again. I also gladly take all mackerel. I have absolutely no problem with that. And regarding the spot, as I said, I am here on the 34-meter sandbank, and I actually started right here at this position. Then you drift a bit into this area. It is now 9 o'clock. I was here at the spot around 8 o'clock, so I drifted once in this direction and back in that direction. The whole topic of sea fishing from the boat, reading the fish finder, and drift, that will come in a separate tutorial, and it will be explained in detail. And here we already have the next one. And on we go. Yes, that is how you can do it very well. The speed of the reel also fits perfectly. It runs at 6.4, so it is relatively fast. With that, you can very easily pull up the smaller fish. And so far, I had absolutely zero problems with the braking power. The brake only has 17 kilograms, and I never even had to clef weigh. I have it set to 25, completely relaxed. I now simply let the lure sink down to 20 meters, and then pilking starts. And when I notice after 2 or 3 pilks, whoops, and there is already the next one. Yes. And when I notice that nothing happens, I either pull up a bit or let the lure sink again. That depends, of course, on how many droppers you have on. And because I am using the yellow-yellow combination, the yellow-green combination, the yellow-blue combination, all on the 3/0 hook, I naturally have a much higher frequency because there are more attractants active. But the Jigmaster Solo also works extremely well. If you use it solo, you can also put a fillet on it to increase the attraction. So always play a bit with the attractants, which attractants are working right now, which colors are working, and accordingly pay attention to which fish bite on what. Very nice. I gladly take that one. That is exactly the one I'm looking for, and I will check again immediately. He bit the shrimp. Unfortunately, I did not check the color, but we throw the lure straight back in here, hoping that more will happen. And meanwhile, let us take a look inside here. So now here, roughly half an hour at the spot, sorted by price. We see that even the Eelpout, so the one from the bottom, is actually leading here. But then the pollock already follow, and the herrings. So this is definitely worth it right now. And with the pollock, within this short time, with this setup, I am already at 400 silver. And if you have a spot where you have already caught a pollock, then it is best to immediately change your setup. Most of the time, it is yellow lures or the blue lures. Just play around with them a little. What is attractive at the moment? And you really need to test that regularly, because we all know the fish preferences change regularly, and you always need to try out again what is currently attractive. For me, the Eelpout is also attractive right now. So I'm currently thinking whether I should let the lures sink even lower, because catching even more Eelpout on the shrimp would also be very nice. So I'm testing whether I can get them here from the bottom as well. And the next mackerel. Yes, let us continue here. It looks good. Over 400 silver now in 30 minutes. Sell everything, and then nicely increase your percentages in sea fishing, and of course, earn silver. If this helped you, leave a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. And then we will see each other in the next video. Until then, tight lines.